Screenwriters, you're in the entertainment industry. Make your pitches entertaining.
Hello, my love. Are you ready for romance?
Are you ready for comedy?
We plan to seduce the inner cheapskate in you.
Now this is getting interesting.
Do you like this house? It isn't ours, but it's our friend's, and he's selling it. He works till 10. I think we should take advantage of that. The only thing that'll be left is the smell of our perfume, which comes in a free sample.
See this dress? I borrowed it from a girlfriend. Didn't cost me a penny.
Oh yeah? See this dress? I got it for free. Got it at buy one, get one free. Got my friend to buy the first one.
Score, girl. Do you notice a pattern here? These girls are being cheap in the same way that my lead character is Michael in The Cheapskate. It's a romantic comedy. Basically, Michael's learned how to get everything in life for free, and he plays it like he's in the Olympics, and he's going to win the gold year after year. His mentor is an 80-year-old man named Zeus, who we're going to lose toward the end of the movie, but this sets up for a hilarious way of having to romance a girl being so cheap.
Later we could watch a movie on Hulu. We steal the Wi-Fi from the neighbor.
I'm really getting turned on.
My hero. This used to be a birthday card, but I'm gonna send him a recycled Valentine.
Awesome. You know, I like wearing these. I found them left over in a men's room, but I like it because I can look like I spent a lot of money, but I can still make eye contact with people.
The ultimate cheapskate lives in modern times in New York City.
The movie opens up on a homeless man eating at a homeless shelter that the city pays for. Slowly we realize this is our star, disguised as a homeless bum.
As soon as he's finished his free meal, he's dressing at the dry cleaners. He gets his suits for free in exchange for helping the employees get their green cards. I wish I thought of that.
In a few minutes, we start to see our hero going for happy hour, but half price is still not good enough for him. When it's time for the tab, he's vanished. He lets his friends take the tab, and he's nowhere to be found. His coworkers don't want to go out with him anymore.
He ends up in the men's room, and that's where you find his partner in crime. He's really working all the valets in the bathrooms for the free stuff. He picks up stuff during the day, he gives it to the valets, and they trade off. Well, the valet goes out to his car to pick something up, and there's Michael in the men's room in kind of a cheap suit. These billionaires come in and they're bragging about how they're going to bomb out on this invitation. They're supposed to go to a very exclusive art showing up in Long Beach. So they end up throwing their tickets in the garbage, and he realizes, oh my gosh, I can impersonate one of these guys, and this is going to be the greatest moment of my life, because they're talking about $10,000 swag bags. This guy's got a hard on for these tickets.
Michael realizes that he's just seen the most valuable tickets that he has ever gotten for free thrown away. He has to pretend to be one of these guys.
Michael follows his call to adventure by disguising as a veteran so he can ride the free veteran ride to the art show. Then he changes into his tux when he gets there. Sure enough, the swag bag is worth 20 grand.
By pure blind luck, the artists being showcased are homeless people, but they don't get along with rich people.
The only one that knows how to get them in the party mood is Michael, because he's had so many homeless dinners with them at the shelter.
He made that party come alive, but more important, he impressed the art dealer who found the artist.
And on top of that, he impressed Claire.
This is where it turns into a romantic comedy. He's got to pretend he's rich. She thinks he can solve all her problems.
Claire is a fresh, beautiful young woman on her first high society art show. Everyone assumes that Michael's worth over $100 million, just like all the other guests.
So you see how we're setting this up, where he's really the hero and he's never been a hero before. He can't go back, and she's falling in love with him and he's falling in love with her.
Did someone from the realty company order fantasy sushi?
The rest of his life is spent at a boutique brand and advertising company. He's stepped on all over by his coworkers. Frankly, no one likes them because they're alpha males and douchebags.
And this is what's so great. So he's got his love story going great, and he's got his work going great. For the first time, they can't steal his clients because they're out of town. This is turning into a terrific, epic point in his life.
Claire and the billionaires cannot believe how everything he touches turns into gold. What this represents is he's a marketing genius.
Because his coworkers are in Boston, cutting him out of the deal, Michael, for the first time ever, is able to do a full branding and campaign on his own without them ruining things for him.
Michael starts to realize that he's a man of value.
This is a great arc for a hero. He's really coming into his own. He's finding his first love interest. He's also still able to play his cheapskate game, and Zeus, the old man, is watching over him saying, go, go, good, good. But see, Zeus is dying. So that's a little side story that brings some heart to this. Do you want to go through life always giving less than you're getting?
The more time Claire spends with him, the more they fall in love.
There are so many hilarious set pieces in the second act. Women who find men who can make them laugh the sexiest ones.
That is such bull. When was the last time you saw a clown walking down Rodeo Drive with two of the hottest chicks in town? Like never. Basically, girls like getting stuff they don't have to work for. They like to get stuff for free, right?
Sweet! Like my hair extensions. I found them in the back of a dumpster.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was a beauty salon. Which part made you want to take your date home and seduce him?
It had to be when he gets another cheapskate to borrow a limo from a hotel and make it seem like he's rich. All the millionaires think that he owns a Rolls Royce, but they actually fall into a really good piece.
See, what he really did was he went to the peninsula, talks to a friend that's another cheapskate, into sneaking away with a Rolls Royce limousine for 30 minutes. So they're driving down the street, everybody thinks he's bucks up, and a Latina woman, who's also a cheapskate, is lying on the sidewalk pretending to give birth to a baby. He stops the limo, kicks everybody out, hands her the wallet and says, "Here, take my money, take my limo, go deliver your baby. We're walking in the rain." They think he's like the biggest hero in the world. For the rest of the movie, he never has to pick up a tab.
Meanwhile, in Boston, his company is totally failing.
Now, we end up spending a little time with Michael in the second half of the second act with Zeus. Zeus does die in this, and he leaves him a library full of his journals and says the first thing you have to do to get all my money is you have to read every journal, which takes him like 2 days. Disappears from Claire to do it. And he starts to see the losses Zeus suffered when he was being such a cheapskate. Then he starts to find out the requirements of inheriting all the $100 million.
The one requirement from Zeus is that he has to stop being cheap and start being generous.
Michael tries with all his might, but it's hilariously too painful for him. He can't stop being cheap.
He's going through cheap withdrawals, like 12-step serious shit.
Then at the most important moment, Claire finds out who he really is and she dumps him. That means everybody at her art gallery is going to be out of the job and starving.
Now Michael has to follow Zeus's rules. After watching him act ridiculous and crazy, going through withdrawals, he actually gets over his addiction for being a cheapskate.
Through a comedy of errors, he saves her art gallery.
And so we've got an awesome setup for the finale. He ends up getting the $100 million from Zeus. He doesn't really want to hoard it like a cheapskate like Zeus. He ends up giving it to Claire to run an endowment for the arts and working with the homeless people to give him an art outlet. It's fantastic. This is a great ending, and it's so freaking cheap.
Well, this really puts me in the mood.
Seriously?
Yeah, are you kidding me? I want it. I need it. I can't wait anymore.
I know what you girls are talking about. You really are addicted to free stuff, so hold on, because I'm such a generous guy. I'm going to give you 2 free passes to the movies, and I'm going to give you free naked massages.
Really?
Yes!
We get free massages.
Amateurs.
What?
What?
What you're saying really turns me on and all, but you need to up your game.
Seriously?
I have 6 Japanese businessmen flying me on their private jet to Tokyo for my fantasy sushi.
It's the sexiest thing I've ever heard.
Whatever, I don't even like to fly.
No, you know what the sexiest thing you can hear is?
The
sexiest screenwriter alive just made you his pitch.
The sexiest screenwriter alive just made you his pitch.